diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Look, it's all gone. So much better. So much better. I guess I just don't have the patience to grow my hair out. Not only that, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, that means I'm going to have to do a bunch of stuff that I'm just not willing to do. Like wash my hair every day and do it. And no. Too much upkeep. So, morning, Jerry. It's good to see you. Been a little bit. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Just wait until the 2-minute mark here, and give everybody a chance to kind of jump on that wants to jump on today. Whether you are here for the live or the rewatch, please say hello. Man, there's so many things on here I don't use. I just need to start using. So, all right. 3, 2, 1. We're at the 2-minute mark. So, all right. You guys know that I've been going through something the last couple of days. It's not like I've been keeping it secret, just looking for direction in my life. And put out a poll. And I guess the conclusion is just I'm going to continue being who I am. Some people are saying sometimes I'm a little too nice, but I get that where what I have to watch is helping other people before I help myself, if that makes sense. Hence the reason why the newcomers meeting is Monday through Friday. There's no weekend on it because I got to have a day off from it. I can't have that every day until it gets bigger. And then there are other people to help. It'll kind of stay that way. Because you can't do everything yourself. And it can be a very, very lonely world doing all of this by yourself. We have to have other people that we can talk to, whether it's about good things or bad things. Today's topic, we are restless, irritable, and discontent. That is out of the doctor's opinion. But it goes beyond just the portion of the doctor's opinion. All right. So okay, I'm going to kind of start at a weird place. So, of course, an alcoholic ought to be freed from his physical craving for liquor, and this often requires a definite hospital procedure, not necessarily a procedure. Whoa, people popped on. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Facebook user. It really bugs me that it does, Facebook user. If you could let me know who you are. If not, you can stay anonymous too and give me a hard time. Excuse me. Required before psychological measures can be of maximum benefit. We believe, and so suggested a few years ago, that the action of alcohol in these chronic alcoholics is a manifestation of an allergy. That the phenomenon of craving is limited to this class and never occurs in the average temperate drinker. And they were very, very right on with that. You know, we've kind of gone back and forth on things, but in the last 10 years, they have proven that we are born with this. We are born with this allergy, with this peculiar mental twist. Okay, just like you were born with arms and legs. Okay. Just, you might have a predisposition to diabetes just because it's like that. So, with my mom and my dad both being alcoholic, there was a pretty good chance I was going to get that gene. Not necessarily. I have 8 brothers and sisters. Out of all of them, 4 of them qualify for this program. So about half, huh? Yeah, about half of it got it. Half of us got it. These allergic type can never safely use alcohol in any form at all. And once having formed the habit and found they cannot break it, once having lost all their self-confidence, their reliance upon things human, their problems pile up on them and becoming astonishingly difficult to solve. Oh, good. Hi, Robin. We still need to talk. And you guys don't ever be shy of reaching out to me and say, hey, it's time for us to talk. Don't be shy about that. I have more and more things going on. And I'm not going to say that I'm too busy, because I don't believe in that. It's a matter of priorities. That doesn't mean you're a lower priority. It just means somebody's probably sicker than you, if that makes sense. And that's kind of how I work. Frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. This is me. The message which can interest and hold these alcoholic people must have depth and weight. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater themselves if they are to recreate their lives. I got addicted to the frothy emotional appeal, right? Because I would go out, come back, go out, come back. And I got addicted to that too. And then until one day, somebody came up to me and said, hey, Dion, is enough enough? We're tired of watching you kill yourself on the installment plan. We are. If any feel that as a psychiatrist, and please listen to this part, a psychiatrist directing a hospital for alcoholics, we appear somewhat sentimental, let them stand with us a while on the firing line. See the tragedies, the despairing wives, the little children. Let the solving of these problems become a part of their daily work and even of their sleeping moments. And the most cynical will not wonder what we have accepted and encouraged this movement. All right, so what we have is we have several renowned doctors saying, hey, we couldn't do it. We try, but we cannot get through to these people. And they found a solution in one person helping another. This is what I'm trying to do in Aurora. See, they have it backwards. They don't have people in recovery working in the detoxes. We need to switch that. I won't ever get off that topic until it's done. So, solving of these problems become a part of their daily work. And even in their sleeping moments, and the most cynical will not wonder that we have accepted and encouraged this movement. There's going to be days in this program when you just cry. Because we lost some people. It'll happen. Right? This work can be heartbreaking, but there's a reason why it's you and me. Because we understand it. Because we're not going to say, oh, well, they died drunk. We're not going to go through that. We can still show respect to that person, huh? Because we understand. We've been there. We can feel it. And when somebody says something and you feel it, tell them, man. I just saw somebody, they wrote something that they were experiencing PTSD for the first time. I felt it to the core, man. It brought me back to that first day of psychoness. Okay, I'm a little bit off topic here. I'll get back on. We feel after many years of experience that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing up among them. Women and drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. I didn't drink for the taste. Yeah, sure. And the reason, Robin, um that we go through that is because you're actually experiencing death. You're experiencing loss of your old self. Remember that there were a couple days when you just felt kind of empty, when things just kind of felt wrong, but you had to trust the process. You're going through the stages of death. It happens. Some of us go through different layers. So I would recommend that if you're going through that, be nice to yourself. Because usually what we do is then we're oh, I'm such an ass. We start calling ourselves names and stuff. And that's not going to do you any good. Hello, Facebook user. If you could let me know who you are, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to. The sensation is so elusive. While they admit that it is injurious, they cannot, after time, differentiate the true from the false. To them, their alcoholic life seems the only normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented unless they can again experience a sense of ease and comfort, which comes at once by taking a few drinks. There's our key. Hey, Duke. Good to see you, dude. I'm supposed to, man, I think everybody's just popping on to remind me. You're supposed to call me, Dion. I need to write this down. All right. Robin and Duke. You are both on my list now. All right. I apologize for any delay. All right. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. After they have come to the desire again, as so many do, the phenomenal craving develops and they pass through the well known stages of a spree, emerging remorseful with the firm resolution to not drink again. This is repeated over and over again, and unless a person can experience an entire psychic change, there is very little hope of his recovery. So, number one, we're born with it. Okay, they have proven that in science through the. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but Dr. Rob did a fantastic job. So I would go listen to the podcast. It came out yesterday. He had a lot of great information. Not only did he tell his story, but then he went along with why his brain was doing that. And I found it very interesting. All right. I found that portion very interesting. So after that, then we have two other things that once we have put any drop of alcohol on us, that mental twist begins. Okay. I remember my very first drink at 9. Okay. That's not what started my drinking career. We were driving home. It was Thanksgiving. We were driving from Salt Lake back home to Kaysville. And I was really thirsty. And I'm like, there was a bottle rolling around. This was the 70s, guys. We didn't wear seatbelts. We were running around the. I don't think we ever put on our seatbelts. And there was a bottle rolling around. And I'm like, Mom, can I have a drink of this? I'm really, really thirsty. And she's like, yeah, sure. I take a drink, and it is horrible. It was whiskey. I can still taste it to this day. But I remember how I felt afterwards. I'm like, that stuff tastes horrible. Wow. And that whole thought of a terrible taste went away. Right. Or the time when I did actually sit down and have beers with friends and I became a different person. Suddenly I was popular. Girls liked me. I was able to speak because I was a very shy child. So you would be hard convinced at that point to tell me that I didn't find my answer. It wouldn't be until the bad shit started happening that I would realize that it wasn't doing me any good anymore, that I had spent a portion of my life chasing something that no longer exists. But I would find it again. I would find the ease and the comfort that comes at once by taking a few drinks. And I found it in AA after I completed the steps. So a psychic change. What is a psychic change? A psychic change means that you've changed your mind. That's how I take it. That has been my experience. Alex on Instagram, welcome. This is a daily reflection. I haven't seen you before, but feel free to hang out. Feel free to hang out right now. We're talking about doctor's opinion. But welcome. On the other hand, and as strange as this may seem to those who do not understand, once a psychic change has occurred, the very same person who seemed doomed, who had so many problems he despaired of ever solving them, suddenly finds himself easily able to control his desire for alcohol, the only effort being that he required to follow a few simple rules. All right, I have to keep this program simple. If it is not simple, I am on the wrong path. Okay? God does things simply with me. He speaks in layman's terms to me so that I understand. That's why I appreciate Bill. Okay? I appreciate Bill for the verbiage in this book. He didn't write the book, 100 people did, but it is kind of his verbiage. Okay? God really worked through him on that. Men have cried out to me in sincere and despairing appeal, Doctor, I cannot go on like this. I have everything to live for. I must stop, but I cannot. You must help me. Faced with this problem, if a doctor is honest with himself, he must sometimes feel his own inadequacy. I feel bad. I'm going to tell you, I feel bad for the people working at detox because they are not in recovery and they go home every single day feeling their own inadequacy. They shouldn't be working with wet drunks. We're the people that are supposed to be doing that. Then it is our job to find the people that are willing and send them to those people. Because they can deal with other things that we cannot. Okay? They can give, if there's information they have that they are trained on that they can take care of. So utilize them. Be quick to see where doctors and psychiatrists and therapists and religious people are right. Because that is God talking to you. God speaks through other people. That's how he talks to me. It's not very often he talks straight to me. Maybe sometimes with an intuitive thought. One feels that something more than a human power is needed to produce the essential psychic change. Though the aggregate of recoveries resulting from psychiatric effort is considerable, we physicians must admit we have made little impression upon the problem as a whole. Many types do not respond to the ordinary psychological approach. All right, why? It's actually very, very simple as to why. Because when you come and talk to somebody like myself or Duke or Jerry or Alex, who has left us, and anybody at Jerry, oh, I got two Jerry, so Jerry and Gary, we got a lot of rhyming going on here. Because you can help when they cannot. If they were to approach you, they're probably going to feel a little intimidated. They're probably going to have a little bit of fear because they know that you're going to be able to see right through their bullshit. That's what I loved about my sponsor. He was like, enough of the bullshit, Dion. Enough. And I needed to hear that. Sometimes we need to be slapped around a little bit so we can see what is actually going on in our lives. What is it that has depth and weight that'll make you say, gosh, this isn't right? And I'll tell you what it was for me. I'll tell you what it was, just the whole thing. I was tired of beating up God's children. I couldn't take it anymore. I knew in the pit of my stomach it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. And my conscience couldn't take any more of it. So I stopped. And I stopped fighting. I quit putting up my dukes, right? No pun intended. And I stopped fighting. I don't fight anymore. Do I get angry? Sure. But I don't go into rage mode like I used to, right? So stick around and wait for that miracle to happen. Again, it's indescribable and I can't tell you what it is because your miracle may be different than mine because of what you need. You are not terminally unique, but you are a beautiful, unique human being. It's like this, right? Think of it as snow. All snowflake, and I'm not calling it snowflakes. I know it's a bad word right now, but it's like snowflakes. They are all different, right? But come from the same place. They land at the same place. Together, they form something whole. And that's what we do here. All right. I love you guys. And thank you for being here. Um, this was a fun talk. It was going to be on something entirely different. And for some reason, that just popped into my head. And that's what I went with. So thank you, God, for another good one. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Peace out. And have a day.